Hi, I'm Kirsty O'Sullivan, and today we're here to share with you the science about how you age and how to avoid it with your skincare regime. As an actor and presenter, I have spent years trying to find the very best skincare and ingredients to use. I've been pretty impressed by a number of amazing peptides and vitamins, as well as regular professional treatments, but nothing compared with the science or the results of the active ingredient in One Truth, TAM 818. This range is designed from Nobel Prize-winning science, and the active ingredient is the strongest of its kind in the world. So let's meet the founder of One Truth 818, who took that molecule and put it into One Truth 818, Rachel Degar. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Kirsty. Thank you. Hey, it's so great to have this opportunity to teach people the science behind aging and just why One Truth is completely different to anything else that they've ever put on their skin before.
So Rachel, what exactly is aging?
That is a perfect place to start because it's also where a lot of misinformation comes from as well too. So we are told that smoking causes aging, that UV rays cause aging, that poor lifestyles cause aging, and that's not untrue, but what they're actually causing is accelerated aging. The aging process is something that's going on in your bodies no matter what, unfortunately. So what is that process? What exactly does it look like? It turns out it all comes down to one thing, and that's called the telomere. So the telomere is inside every cell that you've got, and it's a tail on the end of your DNA. And so when scientists discovered it, they just thought that it was that, just a long tail on the end of your DNA. But then they noticed that older people had shorter tails and younger people had longer tails. So of course, being curious, as scientists are, they started thinking, is it causative? Or like if we were to make that tail longer, would that cell become younger again? Or would it just be an old cell with a long dangly tail? Well, it turns out that it is directly correlated to aging. So yes, if you make that tail longer again, you do make that cell shorter. But let me step you back even one more than that, back to high school science, if you will, if you can remember back down there. So cells are in a constant state of division. So you've got your cell, and to heal or even just through its normal processes, that cell is going to divide, and it's never a 100% replica of that one cell that it was before. Well, it turns out that the thing taking the hit for the team is the telomere, because its job is there to protect your DNA. So imagine if every time your cells divided, you lost a piece of your DNA, the human race wouldn't be here anymore. So the telomere really is that protective mechanism so that your cells can go on dividing without your DNA mutating. This all sounds really good. And we're like, yay, go the telomere. You're protecting us from DNA damage, and it's fantastic. However, it can't go on dividing infinitely. There's something called the Hayflick limit. So Professor Leonard Hayflick discovered decades ago, back in the 1950s, that every time your cell divides, that telomere shortens until your telomere gets to, it's quite small, 5,000 base pairs, for those of you craving more information. When your telomere gets down to 5,000 base pairs, that cell cannot divide anymore, and it dies of old age. So this was an amazing discovery, because up until that point, scientists believed that cells could go on dividing infinitely. So it was proven some 70 years ago that cells have a finite lifetime. So it gets down to 5,000 base pairs. That cell goes into what's called senescence, or if you want to Google, look up zombie cells. And that's what happens when a cell can't function anymore. They kind of float around causing havoc, as you imagine a zombie would. So in steps, the aging process, to really explain that, every time your cells divide, they age.
Let me get this right. So basically, cell division is aging. Because haven't we been taught that if we want to look youthful, we need cell turnover?
We have been taught that, yeah. And that's still what skincare companies would have you believe, because that's what they're selling in their products. Now, don't get me wrong. If you decide to scrape all the skin off your face and bring cells to the surface that are younger than the ones that were on top, you are going to look a little bit younger. But you are also aging yourself faster. And I don't know about you, but for me, it's not worth the short-term benefit for that long-term disadvantage. So at the moment, basically everything in a bottle that says anti-aging is aging you faster, because the key words they use, Kirsty, you think about things like cell turnover, reveal
Yes.
fresher skin, all that kind of language. So they're basically scraping your skin off to show a new one. But we know those cells can't keep on repairing infinitely. They are going to senesce.
Oh my goodness, this is pretty grim. So we're talking about there is aging and then there's accelerated aging?
Yes.
Right.
So most of your skincare products are actually aging you faster. And this is a myth that I really want to break through to people, because we've been indoctrinated to think that that's how we create youth on our skin.
We sure have, yeah.
And actually it is aging you faster.